Betsy, all the repayments started this month. Either people have paid or they're about to pay.
That's right. All good things must come to an end, and the 3.5 year pause on both payments and interest has ended. As expected, things are a little chaotic right now with 40 million people, 40 million plus people, all re-entering repayment at the same time. So we are seeing some people with, trying to get in touch with their servicers, and there's long hold times and delays in paperwork processing. I think for the most part, though, people are easing in there.
Okay, so you said that there were maybe like one or two things that were an issue with people starting their repayment. Maybe some kind of glitch, maybe something else as well.
Yeah, there's a couple things. Some of this is due to volume. Some of this is, this sounds like a glitch or an error that I know the Department of Education is working to fix. I think the biggest issue I'm seeing that's, to me, an actual issue is some people are getting told the wrong payment amount, especially people who have applied for one of the income-driven plans, such as the new SAVE plan. Now, some of the people that are being told the wrong payment amount, it's simply because they haven't processed the application yet, due to the extremely high volume. But some of them, it's just simply the wrong amount. If you think that they gave you the wrong amount, the best thing you can do is call. If you're not sure if it's the wrong amount, studentaid.gov has a calculator where you can plug in your information and see what your payment's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things people always go, well, how am I supposed to know where I'm supposed to go? And really, studentaid.gov is like the first resource for everyone.
That's right.
So what can they find on there?
They can find, if they log in, they can find out what loans they have, who their servicer is for those loans, how much they owe. They can find out information about all the lower payment options, things like public service loan forgiveness. And then there's something called the loan simulator tool, which I mentioned a minute ago, where you just plug your information in once and it'll tell you what your payment should be under all the lower payment options that you're eligible for.
All right, we love studentaid.gov. It is the all-encompassing thing. All right, so let's say there's a few folks out there who said, you know what, I haven't been notified by my loan servicer of when my payment's due, and it's October.
Well, at this point, on October 24th, you absolutely should have been notified by now. They're required to notify you 21 days before that first payment is due. So the first thing I would do is log on to your servicer account and make sure they have your correct contact information: snail mail, email, phone number. If the information is correct, give them a call and find out why you haven't received a bill yet.
All right, so what we have on the screen right now is something about eligible borrowers were informed on July 14th if their loans had qualified for forgiveness. Is all of this said and done right now for those people who actually had their loan just forgiven?
So there's something called the one-time account adjustment that you and I have talked about in previous segments. That is a one-time waiver that the Department of Education is applying to most federal student loan borrowers. Some of them have already gotten it, but very few. When I say very few, I mean, remember, we have 40 million plus borrowers. It's been applied to about 900,000 so far. The 900,000 that it's been applied to are people where the account adjustment would result in immediate forgiveness. These are people that have been paying on their loans for 20 plus years. So those people that got that email in July and then another email went out in September, they don't have to worry about making payments. They will either already have forgiveness or it's going to happen within the next couple weeks.
Okay, we're already getting some questions in. This person says, how do I update my mailing address for my student loans?
You can do that by either calling, which I don't suggest right now. The call wait times are, seriously, the call wait times are hours long. But you should also be able to update your address just simply by logging into your loan servicer account and updating it that way.
All right, this person is asking, I'm a teacher in a Title I school. I have 2 master's degrees, and I want to know more about the public loan forgiveness.
Well, if you're at a Title I school, there's actually 2 forgiveness programs you should look at. One's called teacher loan forgiveness, and one's called public service loan forgiveness. If your loan balance is under, say, 25 grand, I would suggest teacher loan forgiveness. That requires you to work 5 years for a Title I, 5 consecutive years for a Title I school. If your balance is a lot higher than that, public service loan forgiveness will forgive your balance after you work 10 years for either a qualifying nonprofit or government employer, including a public school, while making payments under a payment plan that's based on your income. You can read more about both of those at studentaid.gov or on our website, which is freestudentloanadvice.org.
freestudentloanadvice.org. And of course, we're going to have that on our website as well, but we want to make sure that you have that as well. This next question says, did President Biden forgive student loans for people on disability?
Well, President Biden made things a little easier for people that have a total and permanent disability, meaning they're unable to work. But that program has existed since for a very long time. It's called the Total and Permanent Disability Discharge. You can read more about that and apply for it at disabilitydischarge.com. Now, I know it's a .com, but that actually is the Department of Education's disability discharge website.